Hi, friends. All right. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Doing Life Together. We are to episode 23 already. This is crazy. It's so good to see you all. Thank you for hanging with me. The last couple of weeks, we covered a little bit heavier stuff. And so for this week, I'm excited to talk about hair care, actually. That sounds super fun. How about y'all? All right, so episode 23, we're going to be speaking specifically to all my curly girl friends and curly guys too. You guys are in this. As you all know, by the way, my name is Sonia Eckel, and I am the host of Doing Life Together. And it is great if you're just joining me. If you want to catch the past episodes, you can go to doinglifetogether.live, and you'll find them there. So good to see you. Put in the chat, just so that I know for sure I'm actually seeing chat. Would you just put in the chat where you're coming in from, what state, what country you're in? That'd be awesome. Make sure I've got my chat going. And is the sound good? Everything good? All right. Hello, friends. It's so good to see you all. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, so here's a little bit about my journey into embracing my curls. For anybody who's on the journey, or maybe you have a friend who is like, I think my hair's curly, but I have no idea how to go from what I've always known to embracing the curls. So I'm going to just tell you some of the things that I've learned along the way. So as a little girl, here's what I was always told growing up, is they're like, oh my goodness, I remember when you were a baby, you were this chubby little baby. I was always sweating and I had the ringlets all over my head. So that was the story I was told growing up. And so I should have maybe suspected I had natural curl. But my dad has curly hair. Hey, Dad, if you're watching, hello. And my mom had super straight hair. And so, as little girls, we're always watching, what is your mom doing, right? And so Mom would always brush her long, beautiful brunette hair. And I began, just as I look back, I just always brushed out my hair and assumed it was straight. So fast forward a little bit. Let's see here. So when I began to, I guess it's probably been about a decade, I had a hairstylist go, you do know you've got natural curl, right? And I was like, oh, yeah. I'm sure I do, whatever. I didn't really know what that meant. And I thought, well, I just have a little wave, whatever. It's not, who knows? And then after Shane and Mom, after they both had passed away in 2018, I went through a very deep grief, which I talked about last week. And in the process, I kind of lost my appetite. So I'm sure my nutrition was down, and stress and grief and all the things. My hair began to get unhealthy. And so it was like getting dry at the ends. It was splitting at the ends. And many of you, if you watched, I don't know, it's been a bit, it's before I started this series, but I talked to you also about when I started losing hair. It was after I had COVID, my hair started falling out, like, I don't know, 3 months later. And it was very frightening, actually, very scary I'm sure some of you can relate. And then I went into my hairstylist and I told her, like, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm losing hair. And she looked and she's like, yeah, you've lost a lot of hair since the last time. Shout out to my hairstylist, because she is fabulous. So anyway, hey, sweet pea, that's enough of that. Okay, so when that started happening, I began looking, researching, how can I get my hair healthy again and all of that. And in the process, I kind of discovered things that also went hand in hand with, if you do have curls, some tips. So that's what I'm going to share tonight, are some tips that I've found help me embrace my curl. And let's get going. All right. So And if you want to see the weight loss, or not the weight loss, the hair loss, I don't have a weight loss video, but the hair loss thing and what I did, you can message me and I'll try to find that replay and I'll send it to you. Okay, just DM me on that if that's of interest to you. So that was super helpful as well, but that's not really tonight. Come on, baby girl, you go down. Good girl. Okay. So one of the first things that I learned in embracing my curls is to stop using heat on my hair to allow it to heal. Secondly, of course, nutrition was huge on healing my hair, but that's another thing. And so that's first. And then also I learned that cold water, always the hair follicle, if you have straight hair, is very smooth. So you see those people with the gorgeous straight hair and they have this shiny, smooth, straight hair, right? So their hair follicles are naturally closed, but curly hair, my hairstylist was telling me, is naturally twisted, which means it gets dry easier. So if you have curly hair, you're probably going to need to manage the moisture and taking good care and deep conditioning it, protecting it from sun, those sorts of things. It's a little bit more susceptible to dryness and damage because of that. Now, I'm no hair expert. You know the drill on this, doing life together. I'm just sharing what I've learned. I'm sure there's people out there who have so much more expertise than I do on this. But let me see. Can I see? Hey, South Carolina in the house. Yay, love it. All right. So always rinse your hair with cool water. I think that's really key. I stopped using heat on my hair, which took a little bit of patience because I had been using a flat iron on my hair for several years. And so that kind of impacted my curl pattern, and it took my hair a little time to find its curl pattern after using heat and stuff for a lot of years. So what I have found helpful with the curls is get a really sound shampoo and conditioner, obviously. And I love this Norwex stuff, actually. This is our shampoo. It's sold out right now. So anyway, I think it is. Hopefully it's back in stock soon. But I love this shampoo. If you are a daily washer, the conditioner is nice. But for me with curly hair, because it tends to be dry, I only wash about every 3 to 4 days. And so I love the deep conditioner mask because this is going to keep those ends a lot healthier. Oh my goodness. Sweet baby. What's going on? You got to stay off. Sorry. She's like, I don't know what you're looking at, but I would like to be part of this. All right. And then another thing that I learned, and I shared this in my video a while back about dealing with hair loss after, chemo or COVID or all the things, but sort of deep cleaning your roots. And so I have loved, my hairstylist gave me this one. It's called Ondigu. And if you go, I threw it on my Amazon. I'm kind of collecting things that I love in my little Amazon shop. So if you need that link, I've kind of got wellness stuff and all the things that I take and enjoy. But anyway, so this is great if you need, especially if you've used a lot of product in the past, to clean the roots, because as my hairstylist was explaining, when you get stuff around the roots and it needs to be cleaned, it actually inflames the root, which contributes to hair loss. So anyway, side note, but I do like that as well. She also told me, Sonia, you need a UV protectant on your hair. You need to protect it from the sun, especially here in Texas. And so here is the Norwex hair protectant, or you can find one that works for you. Okay, so I quit the heat. I switched to washing about every 3 to 4 days. I wash my roots really well, and then I wash out, any product that I've been using, and then I deep condition my ends, not my roots. Okay, did I bring that one? Yeah, I think so. All right, and then I am obsessed with the Norwex hair wrap. Okay, obsessed. So if you're new to Norwex, you know that, well, you will learn right now that Norwex has fiber that has microsilver embedded into it. Why do you want microsilver embedded into your fiber? Because most fabrics will grow things. That's why you get that stinky dishcloth and all of that, right? So I love this, but it also absorbs about, I think, 7 times its weight in water, and it shortens your dry time by about 75%. So if you're not using heat, that's a huge win. All right. Today was wash day. So, okay. So I actually videoed it today, and I'm going to put together kind of my wash routine. If you want that video, comment hair. And it's not done. I just videoed it this morning, but I'll just kind of walk you through my hair routine real quick. If you want to see how I use this turban for the curls, and I use 2 in my wash days. So I'll walk you through that in the video. One I use after I've put the deep conditioner on. The mask is what this is, and I love it, deep conditioner mask. But just find a really high quality mask. And I put that on, and then I put my first hair wrap on. And I actually love to add, like, if I sauna. So I don't know if we've talked about saunas on this before. So we'll have to talk about sauna sometime, because I've got a couple and I love to sauna. Lately, fun fact, I've been saunaing and then afterwards making myself take a cold shower. Oh my goodness. That's so cold, but it's supposed to be really good. So anyway, so I do this for the deep condition mask, and then I rinse it, and then I put on another one to let my hair dry, and then I just leave it. But the key is with this hair wrap, with long hair, you just you flip your hair forward, you put the button on the back of your head like this. All your hair is going to drop, your wet hair is going to drop into this. And then you're just going to wrap it up, and you're going to take this little thing on the button behind. Again, I did this on video. So if you want to see, it's a lot easier. I've learned to do it with actual wet hair, not with dry hair. But with curls, what I do is a little different. I actually open this up like this, and I just plop those curls kind of in. And then it kind of just helps form the curls as they dry. And then I just leave it on maybe 30 minutes and take it out and let it air dry is kind of my rhythm there. Now you're going to want to find a good leave-in product for curls, because curly hair can be dry, and we talked about the hair shaft being twisted. It can tend to frizz. I don't know, any of my curly haired friends deal with frizz, right? Now it depends, because some have super, super, super tight curls. So my oldest son has like super tight, really well-formed ringlet curls, so that's kind of fun. And then mine are more, not super tight. And some of you might be more toward the wavy. So there's a huge spectrum on curly hair, of course. But again, the leave-in conditioners I find super helpful. Now, some people use gels, some people use mousses. I've kind of tried everything. Some people use different oils on their hair. I do think the Norwex Illuminating Oil is very rich on the ends, especially if you're tending toward those dry ends, or if you're in the process of letting your hair get back to healthy, right? So that's great. The illuminating oil, it's great on hair as well. And then I also sometimes, if this gets frizzy, I will just put a little illuminating oil. Now my hair, I don't get oily. Okay. So I know Norwex just came out with a dry shampoo that is non-toxic, and all of my friends who tend to maybe get oily between washes are swearing it's the best stuff since sliced bread. I'll be honest with you, I've used it once just to try it out. I'm super impressed with it, but mine doesn't need dry shampoo because literally oil is not my issue. So for curly hair, if you do have an oily scalp, you want to brush it at some point to get the oil off your scalp and bring it down through the hair. That's really, back in the day, women and guys, they brushed their hair. That gets the oil off the scalp. Also, like if you have a tendency toward dandruff, of course, dandruff can be oily or dry, either or, but by brushing it, you kind of get the oils off the scalp and down into the hair, which is a benefit. I don't brush mine between those washes, but I try to, do that. But again, I don't have a lot of oil, so it's a little bit different that way. I was going to tell you, okay, so a leave-in product. Now, everyone's different. So with my boys, they've kind of all found their leave-in product that they like, those with curls. I have really loved this brand. Again, I threw it on my Amazon. I don't know if I've even got that link, but it's called Avena. And this one here is a hyaluronic acid kind, and I really like this one. And they've got a couple other ones that I like as well. Now, if you have curls and you need to dry them fast, you're not able, I'm blessed, I work from home, I can let it air dry, and no one really cares if I walk around with wet hair for a bit. But if you do need to use heat on curls, be sure to use a heat protectant, right? Otherwise, you are going to really cause more damage. And so use a heat protectant spray. And for curls, you're going to want a diffuser. Okay, so with the diffuser and a high quality, if you are going to use a blow dryer, check with your hairstylist and get a decent quality one. They've really enhanced technology for this anyway, but you're just going to plop the curls kind of in that diffuser. And then to get to the scalp, it just kind of diffuses the air out. Okay. There was something else I was going to tell you. Cold water rinse. That's very important because it helps close the cuticle. I felt like there was something else I was going to tell you about it. What was it? Well, anyway, so questions for me. Do you guys have any questions that I can help answer? Yes, I know. I love the Norwex shampoo and conditioner. It's so good. So good. Like that's what I used, and it just works so good. Okay, frizz. I feel like it was something about frizz. What was I going to tell you? Oh, I know what it was. This is huge. Okay, you guys, this one is so important for curly hair. For years, I was buying pretty expensive silk pillowcases. I realized that helped my hair not frizz out as bad. However, they wear out really fast. And so I switched to the Norwex silver embedded pillowcases. I love the gray color, but it also comes in the cloud color. You guys, this is so important, really for many reasons, because it's satiny smooth, right? It has the silver embedded. So most pillowcases grow quite a nasty amount of bacteria. I mean, we presume that none of us here on this thing ever drool in our sleep, but imagine that, something that we get drool or whatever on that, you get your hair oils, and it just creates this breeding ground. So if you are using a regular pillowcase without that microsilver embedded, you're just going to want to wash it often. Side note, if you have teenagers who have skin challenges, get them sleeping on the Norwex pillowcase. It is incredible. And also, if you're like me right now, I'm getting to that place in life. I know I'm still 28, but not really. But I'm caring about how my skin looks. And I'm trying to do things, as I've shared with you, to kind of biohack this aging process a little bit, slow it down, reverse it. And I'm actually super excited. I think there are some things that I'm doing that have been helping on that. But the pillowcase doesn't tug at your skin the way as a cotton one will as well. So that's just an added bonus. But here's what I love about the pillowcase is, remember, I only wash my hair every 3 to 4 days. Sometimes I even stretch it to 5, but usually it's every 3 to 4 days. And I wake up and it's not frizzy. But if I sleep on cotton, oh my goodness, like all those fine little hairs are going to frizz, and I'm going to feel like I have to wash it to deal with the frizz. So, all right. So the key, Brenda, you are so sweet. Thank you. The key though to curls is be patient. If you're working off of, maybe you've straightened your hair for many years. For me, I had to cut the heat. So I did. I just stopped using all forms of heat, which was a little crazy because then my hair had to actually learn what it was really made to do, I guess, or something. But heat, find safe hair care. That's so huge on every front. First of all, our skin is so absorbent, and so you don't want to be using toxic stuff. So that's important. But yeah, I if you're not sure where to start, I really do love the Norwex hairline. I think you will as well. And then use a heat protectant spray if you are going to use heat. This is going to be important. And find a leave-in that works well for you. And I really like this brand, actually. So if you're not sure what to try, Avena, check it out. So message me if you need any of the things that I've mentioned, like the post COVID hair loss video that I did. What else did I say? Oh, the video I made today on hair care, if you want to actually see, like, kind of as I go through my process. So awesome. Let me know if you have questions, but I hope this just gives you some ideas. If you know someone who is like, I think I have curls. Do I want to go curly now or not? Feel free to share this with them, and maybe they'll get a couple good tips. But I actually think a lot of these tips go across the board, not just curly hair. Like rinsing in cold water is almost always a good idea. Brushing your hair and taking the oil from your scalp down is always a good idea. Using shampoo and really massaging your scalp, but keeping the conditioner more to the ends, not keeping the conditioner off your scalp. So anyway, those are just some general hair care things that we've found along the way. And find a good hairstylist. You can't go wrong with someone who knows hair inside out. And I've been very blessed to have Maritza. So, all right. Well, friends, I think that's it for tonight. And message me or throw in the comments if you need any of those things I said. And we'll see you guys next week. Oh, before we close, I have one more thing that I want to say. Norwex just announced, I think, the best mop sale I've seen. Amazing. So if you don't have the Norwex mop yet, I love our mop. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It cuts your chemicals down in your home in a big way versus using like the traditional mopping chemicals. But you know what's great is it's fast, it's easy. Your floors will look amazing, they'll feel amazing, and it removes bacteria as you clean, which is super cool. And these lip shimmers, I love the Norwex lip shimmers. They just have a little tint to them, and they come 3 to a pack, and they're nice and hydrating. Now, my lips are very sensitive, not most lip balms, to be honest. I found very few that I can wear without my lips getting kind of mad and irritated. Bummer, right? And these keep my lips happy. So that's kind of exciting as well. But 3-pack, and they're just perfect in your purse. They are not available in the catalog. So if you want them, you can go to my website. It's norwex.com/Sonja Ekkel. That's new, by the way. So that's Norwex recently shifted their website. So norwex.com/SONYAECKEL, and throw these in your cart. If you decide you want to try the Norwex hair care, all of our products have a 60-day satisfaction guarantee. And now Norwex has an awesome autosave program where you can save another 10% too. So, when you're doing it, you pay full price the first time, but then when you put it on autosave, you can save 10%. So that's pretty cool. But definitely get the lip shimmers while they're available. Buy the mop on this amazing, amazing deal. And if you love free Norwex, give me a shout. I can do an online demo for you and your friends, share some of the products, and Norwex is super generous, and you can earn a ton for free. All right, for real, that's it for tonight. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.